Well, it was one of three that I did with Disney. The first one was Robin Hood, which was even more a thing in young people's lives. And The Sword and the Rose was the second one, and the third one was Rob Roy. There were three costume adventure romance things, you know. I didn't live there. I went there an awful lot, and I used to stay 3-4 months at a time, but I didn't live there. I wouldn't want to live there. I always came back to England. No, I'm not English, actually. I'm Irish. My mother was Southern Irish. My father was Northern Irish. I was betwixt and between. But I spent most of my life in England. I had made 2 pictures in England before I went to Hollywood. One was an Associated British picture called, my first film, called For Them That Trespass, which didn't ring any particular bells. It was just a run-of-the-mill, ordinary, straightforward film. Then I made a picture called The Hasty Heart, which really hit it big. And that was made for Warner's, made in England, but made for Warner Brothers. And Warner's then shipped me straight out to Hollywood to make a film for them out there. And while I was making that film, which was called Lightning Strikes Twice, it so happened that the awards, the Hollywood, the Oscar awards, came up, and I happened to be nominated, having already been awarded the Golden Globe. So I sort of started off in Hollywood on a fairly high level, and I've always said that if I was ever awarded one again, I wouldn't go, because I think it's a horrible experience. In each category, Best Actor, Best Director, Best Actress, Best Supporting Act, so on, there are 5 nominees, and they're all seated in the center. In those days, it was done in the Grauman's Chinese Theatre, all seated next to the aisle, so that if they were called, they were able to get out quickly and go up on stage. And as each nomination was called, you could see 5 people sort of sitting up and sprucing themselves, getting ready to go. And then you'd see 4 crushed little figures sink down into their seats. I thought, this is awful. I mean, it's cruel in a way. And I wouldn't want to go through that again. Not that I would ever get nominated again, but even if I were, rather not. Well, nowadays, it's such a razzmatazz. I mean, the whole thing is a nonsense. I don't think that the award selection is necessarily accurate, and I think that the whole thing is it's a jamboree. It's a bizarre affair made largely for television. Nothing to do with the merits of the actors or the actresses. Pictures themselves have changed, and the whole setup of the industry has changed. You might say in England, what industry? We don't have one. You know, there are so few major, purely British films made anymore, which is, I think, extremely sad, but there it is. That's the fact of life. The magic of the old type film program has gone.